I want to get good fast. This is what we all want. So I've been trying to figure this out for the past year or two, and really we all want to learn how to get good at drawing and not waste our time trying to learn the wrong things, or we spend a lot of time trying to draw something but we don't see much improvement. So I will have this drawing going on in the background while I speak over it and share with you some of the things that I think have helped me to learn faster and not waste so much time. So the first thing is to try and understand what you are drawing. So simplify things that you want to learn and learn how to construct them. So this is really when it comes, for example, to figure drawing. The first step of learning figure drawing is to simplify and learn the construction of the figure. And then once I was able to learn that better and understand how the construction works, I was able to draw it much better and much faster and learn it a lot faster as well. This will apply to everything that we're trying to learn. So if any painting or any drawing you're trying to learn, try and analyze it and simplify it first into simple shapes and construct it. And then from there, you'll be able to reintroduce, or you'll be able to redraw that same thing because now you know how it can be simplified in any other angle or in any other painting. The second thing that I've learned is to study with purpose. So always have a goal. Always have a goal of what you want to study, what do you want to focus on. Make sure you know what you want to learn and find out how to learn it. Whether it's through YouTube videos, books, or find a course or a mentor and focus on that thing that you want to learn. I know a lot of us say we want to just get good at drawing and we spend all of our time in all different things. One day we do a little bit of portrait, another day we do a little bit of figure drawing, then we go to landscape, perspective, color, and all of these things are important and all of these things are good to learn and it's good to really focus on them. But what is important is to focus and study with purpose. So for example, for this year, I really wanted to focus on figure drawing and portraits. So I spent a lot of time learning and finding out materials that I can use to learn and learn the fundamentals of those and then practice them a lot. So that's what I mean to study with purpose. We can't just draw random things without knowing what we're trying to improve on or what we're trying to learn and expect us to improve and learn. So try and understand what you want to study. If you want to study the eye, focus on learning the eye. If you want to study the portrait in general, the proportions of the portrait or of the head, you can focus on that and try and learn that. The third thing I learned that is important, quantity leads to quality. So when learning the fundamentals and construction, focus more on quantity. Set a time limit for each drawing that you're trying to do and stick to the time limit. Let me explain how this is important. You can spend, for example, about 4 or 5 hours on a portrait drawing to try and make it really good, really render it out, and really spend the time on the lights and shadows, details, and all of that. And this is good because if you want to produce a drawing that looks very nice and very appealing, you really do need to spend the time on it and work on it. But when the purpose is to get better and to learn, it's better to spend that 4 to 5 hours. For example, if our purpose is to learn portrait and learn how to draw the head, it's better to spend that 4 to 5 hours on 20 or 30 portrait drawings to be able to learn the structure and the proportions and the subtle details on the head. By doing so many of them, you'll be able to draw the head in the different angles, in the different facial expressions by doing each one of them, for example, in 15 minutes instead of the 4 or 5 hours. And the drawing or the painting is not going to be something that you want to publish or post or will be on your portfolio, but it would help you learn. And if the focus or the purpose is learning, I think the quantity gives you the mileage that you need to learn these things. And in the first example where you spend 4 to 5 hours on the portrait, you will probably end up spending 90% of that time rendering the portrait painting rather than learning the fundamentals and focusing on the construction of the head. So the actual learning time that goes into how to draw the head is maybe only half an hour rather than the 4 or 5 hours that you spend. I'm not saying rendering is not important. Rendering, of course, needs to be practiced and learned, but if it is the intention of the practice and the learning. So try to understand what you want to learn and focus on that learning. If you want to learn how to do the head, focus on that and not the rendering. If you want to learn how to draw figures, focus on gesture drawings and construction drawings and mannequinization rather than spending hours and hours rendering one figure drawing. So these few tips may sound simple, but it does really work. And I experimented with this when I did the 100 heads in 10 days challenge. And you can watch this video here and you'll be able to see my experience there and how quantity really leads to quality over there. I hope these little tips help you as much as they helped me in improving your learning process and getting you to learn much faster and improve a lot faster. Thank you for watching the video and see you next time.